Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It is time for us to go through another round of trash talk. There are a lot of items in this particular trash talk. I've kind of let things pile up, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. We'll start, as I normally like to, with wax products. I wanted to focus on using up some of the Super Tarts wax that I had that was kind of like missing a few cubes or only had a couple of cubes left in it. So the first one that I used up was Super Tarts Elf. This was candy canes, candy corn, syrup, sweet bubble gum, and something else. This was all right. It had a pretty interesting scent to it, but it didn't last super long. I definitely think this is something that I got from a D-stash. I think it was probably on the older side, so the wax life wasn't that long, but the strength was pretty decent. I also used Super Tarts Borg, which is the almond blended with sweet lemon and curd. Again, you can see on the packaging here, I feel like this was definitely on the older side. I didn't have too many cubes of this to use. Again, it was a decent scent, but it just didn't last very long. I also used up Zeus. I was really curious to try this one. This was Coffee Ice Cream and Beast, which was blueberry cornbread. I really was curious about the coffee ice cream note to it. I'm not someone who really likes coffee scents on cold and haven't done a whole lot of melting with coffee. This wasn't bad. I definitely think the sweet notes like the blueberry cornbread and the ice cream help balance the coffee, but it wouldn't be one that I would try to seek out again. And then the last one that I used was Super Tarts Oz, which is ginger ale, key lime custard, and birthday cake pie. I very much enjoyed this one. It is such like an effervescent lime note. It was really enjoyable. Definitely would get this again if it came in another D-stash, or if I was making an order, I probably would put this in there as well. On to some candles. The first one that I have is DW Home Black Currant Pumpkin. This is a candle that I picked up even though it was a single wick, and I'm someone who typically stays away from single wicks because they don't have very much of a scent throw. I was lighting this in the morning as I was getting ready, which is super high maintenance to have a candle right next to your vanity as you're getting ready, but it was perfect for that reason because it had enough of a scent throw that I could definitely smell it when I was doing my makeup. I have like a love-hate relationship with this scent. I like the idea of it, but I didn't necessarily love it. I feel like the black currant was what was strongest in here, but the pumpkin kind of added a sort of weird spice to it. It also had really terrible sooting, and the burn just like wasn't that great, like as per usual DW candles lately, but I did burn a 3-wick DW candle in the scent Coconut Milk Honey. This scent, I like it so much. It's such a delightful, pleasant, soothing type scent. I have another one, not in this scent name, but they had repackaged it in a 2-wick, and I'll probably wait till later into like the summer months to actually want to burn it, but I couldn't resist. I just love this, and the performance of this was amazing. There are very few 3-wick candles I've had from them where they don't perform amazingly. I definitely would love to get more of this scent again because it's just so good. I also burned a couple of Owl Crate candles. This is the Files 01 Katie Grant Astro Princess Blood Orange. I was really looking forward to burning this, and again, I was using it in the morning as I was getting ready. It didn't have that great of a burn. Like, I feel like there's a lot of wax left in here, and the scent throw really wasn't much, which is strange because when I've done candles of this size before as I'm getting ready, I can still pick up a scent, but this didn't really have much of anything, so I wasn't very impressed with it. And then I also did the Books on Candles Through the Wardrobe, which was an Owl Crate exclusive candle. This one I very much like the scent of. It didn't last super long since it's just a small candle, but it performed pretty well. It had a decent scent. So if I ever was looking to place an order, I might go with a website like this. I have 3 kind of random products. The first are the Ollie Perfect Women's Multivitamins. These are my favorite vitamins of life. They are delicious to eat. They have all the vitamin groups that I try to hit on, so I'm a big fan of these. I get the big pack like this from Sam's Club. The price at Sam's Club for this size is equal to what Target charges for the 45-day supply, so whenever I go to Maine, my parents have a Sam's Club membership, I try to get 1 or 2 of these there. That way I'm stocked up for, you know, a good chunk of the year. I also used up my Summer's Eve Ultra Freshening Spray. The 5-in-1 neutralizes odor. This stuff is amazing. Highly recommend it, especially now that we're getting into the warmer months. This stuff will be even more necessary in my life. And I have the Gillette Satin Care Sensitive Skin with aloe vera. I don't typically buy like women's specific shave cream because it's super overpriced for what it is, but this I had gotten, I think with like eraser kit for Christmas a while back. The pump doesn't work. There is almost an entire can in here, but I can't get it to pump out, which is very frustrating because I rarely go through a shave cream. And so to not get full use out of it is just aggravating, but I'm going to declutter it because I can't get any product out. I have some Impress nails. First is a Kiss Brush On Nail Glue. This stuff has gotten a little goopy on me, so I'm just going to go ahead and pitch it because I only have like 15 more of these in my apartment. And then I have 3 Impress nails. I have the ones that are currently on my nails right now. This is what they originally looked like. I wore these around Easter time. For whatever reason, these screamed Easter to me. And then with the remaining nails, I was able to create a second look with them. Not as cool as the first ones, but decent. Then I have these. I think these were really, really pretty. I like these a lot. They were purple with like a chrome purple accent nail. These are really enjoyable. They were really kind of like a goes with everything type of nail, even though they're not like a French manicure. I did like these a lot. And the last ones that I got were these almost look like Japanese cherry blossoms. I don't know if that's true or not, but you can see they had like a blossom, an accent nail, and then a chrome pink nail. I liked these a lot. However, I have found that the oval have a hard time maintaining their ovalness. Like they get really misshapen. I don't know why. I don't feel like the square ones get misshapen or the squoval ones get misshapen, but the oval ones, I always notice like my pointer fingers and my pinkies tend to like lose their ovalness at the top. It's a little bit strange. They don't last very long compared to the square ones, but I did like the pattern of these. I have 2 OCD hand sanitizers that I used up from Fortune Cookie Soap. I have the Magic Mirror, which was from Beauty and the Beast collection, and I have the 12 Days of Christmas. I really like the scent of this. Whenever I would put this one on, people always would be like, ooh, that smells really nice. This one was just okay. The scent of it kind of wore on me, so I'm glad that I was able to use it up. I'm trying to work on a like triple the size of this one from Fortune Cookie Soap that I got in a Halloween box a while back. Once I can get that one done, I'm sure I'll whip through a few more smaller ones. I also have the Now You Gotta Kiss Me Mist Me from Fortune Cookie Soap. I ended up using this as a bathroom spray because it didn't really have much scent and it didn't last very long on my skin, so I didn't really want to fuss around with it, so this went quickly once I used it for that purpose. I also used the Play Nice Personal Space in our bathroom. I really liked this scent. We whipped through this. It was a really strong scent. You didn't need to spray very much of it and it would literally eliminate odors. I just very much enjoyed this and I'm very, very sad they didn't actually extend this collection because I would have definitely purchased a bunch of items from it. Continuing on with our little spray bottle theme, I used up another one of the e.l.f. Daily Brush Cleaners. Even though I did purchase the full-size ones or the jumbo size ones, I do have a few more of these to work through, and since they're older, I'm going to try to work through them first. And then I also used up the Skindinavia Makeup Finishing Spray. This was a really quick one to use up. I'm trying to work through a lot of small ones to get some clutter out of my like finishing spray or setting spray drawer, and then I'll go back to working on more of my full-size ones. I've got a few like bathroom products in here. The first is the Marvis Aquatic Mint Toothpaste. I don't normally talk about toothpaste in my trash talks, but I figured since I had kind of splurged to pick up the little trial kit or sample kit that I would share them with you. I really enjoyed the flavor of this. It's super strange because when you hear aquatic mint, you're like, what exactly is that? But then when I was using it, I was like, yes, this does seem like an aqua type like taste, tang to it. It was, you know, definitely part of the like minty family, but it was sort of like mint with a little bit of a kick. I did like this stuff. I'm currently working on like the purple tube right now, which has like a grape candy type flavor to it. I also used the Yeehaw Toilet Bombs. These were fine, but again, you know my thoughts on these if you watched my unboxing of this. It was a little bit gimmicky. I wouldn't purchase something like this, but I did use them and they were effective. I also used up the Soap and Glory, the Scrub of Your Life. This, pros and cons. I love the scent of this. This to me was, it's their classic like rose scent that they use, but unlike the hand cream and the body lotion, which is really intense and somewhat overpowering, it doesn't bother me, but I can get sick of the scent really quickly. This scent was a more toned down version of that, and I wish that their lotions could come in like an intense version and a less intense version like this. I won't buy this again because the scrub in here Let's see if I can get a little bit of the scrub out. It had like these pink little beads in here that didn't necessarily seem to dissolve, which I thought had meant that they were plastic, but I swear that that was banned from being in body products. So I don't know, but I just didn't, regardless of that, I didn't think it was that great of a scrub. I preferred their breakfast scrub. It was much more abrasive than this, so wouldn't recommend. I have like a bunch of skin and some body care stuff that we'll go through. The first I have is my number 7 Protect and Perfect Intense Advanced Night Cream. This stuff is awesome. I love this line for their day and night creams, in particular the Advanced. The other ones I've tried, not a big a fan of. This seems to be the best for my skin's needs. But once I work through a day and a night cream, I typically have some sort of like stockpile of samples. So I started to pull those out and tried to make a dent in those before I pulled out my 2 staples back into my routine. So this time around, I wanted to focus on Arbonne samples. So I'll just read what I used up. None of these to me were really like worthy of purchasing, but I'm glad I got, through them. I have the RE9 Advanced Night Repair Cream. I have the RE9 Advanced Extra Moisture Restorative Day Cream. I've got the RE9 Advanced Corrective Eye Cream. There's the RE9 Advanced Rejuvenating Toner. I have the Soothing Facial Cleanser from the RE9 Advanced line. Then I have the Night Repair Cream, and I also have the Restorative Day Cream. I'm currently working on finishing up another one of the facial cleansers and then the eye cream, and I think I'm pretty much done with these, and I'll probably then pull back in my number 7. I also used up the Dr. Jart Ceramidian Cream. It was fine. I don't feel like I have dry enough skin for this particular need. And so I feel like if you're someone with dry skin, you might like it, but it wasn't enough to make, I just feel like I don't need something this intense. I used up the Sephora Exfoliating Cleansing Cream. This to me seemed too much like their mask. Like it almost feels like they just took the mask and put it into a face cleanser packaging and called it a day, which makes me a little bit leery of it. But I'm not someone who really needs like an abrasive daily scrub cleanser. I feel like that is too much to be constantly doing that to my face. I have the Ban Total Refresh Cooling Body Cloths. These are good. I just don't need them very much. They tend to dry out on me if I'm not using them on a pretty regular basis. I used up the Peace Out Acne 10 Acne Healing Dots. These are pretty straightforward. You essentially have a zit or a blemish. You put a little dot on there, and then overnight it's supposed to help suck up the gunk sitting in your pore. These are pretty effective. I have tried these and the Peter Thomas Roth, and I preferred these ones. These are a little bit thicker than the Peter Thomas Roth ones, so they seem to have more of an ability to suck out more gunk, which sounds pretty disgusting, but they are better and they're cheaper in my opinion. You get 2 of these resealable packs in one package, so I've gone through one of them and I have another one sitting in my medicine cabinet. I have 2 chapsticks. I managed to finish up the Candy Cane chapstick and the Sweet Watermelon. Both of these I really enjoyed. The Candy Cane one I have quite a few of. I bought a little trio of them when they were on super discount one time at Target. This has been my classroom chapstick, and this was my car chapstick. This Sweet Watermelon was exactly like putting Jolly Ranchers on your lips, just very much enjoyed it. I'm trying to work through some more chapsticks as always before I buy any, but I typically get sucked in like this one where I see a flavor that I haven't tried before and I can't resist, but hopefully I can start to just work through more of them. I have 1 face mask. I managed to use up the Peter Thomas Roth Rose Stem Cell Bio Repair Gel Mask. I do like this stuff, but not enough to want to buy a full size because those tubs are massive, but this one is a really good mask. I've also got the Beauty 360 Ultra Premium Cotton Squares. These are what I buy in place of the Shiseido cotton squares. They are the exact same. I did a whole dupe video on it, which I will link up in the cards and down below in the description box. These are magical. I would definitely recommend these. I use these both for makeup removing, and I use the whole cotton square for that, but I also cut them in half to do my toner on my face. So do recommend these. You can get them pretty cheap with a sale or a coupon that they're doing at CVS, so always recommend. I have some perfume samples. There were 2 that I didn't like. The Pure Grace Nude Rose, shockingly didn't like a rose from Philosophy. Then I have the Tory Birch Belle Azure, did not like this one. I have the Sweet Like Candy Ariana Grande, loved this. Loved it so much that I actually bought the perfume of it because it was just amazing. Loved the sweetness of it. and then the Gucci Bamboo, which was fine but didn't feel the need to buy. All right, now we're gonna talk about the items that I am decluttering. So the first thing I have is an eyeshadow palette. When I was going through the what products would I buy again if all my makeup was gone, and I was looking through my eyeshadow palettes and I came across the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I want to like this palette, and this is a palette that I got in like a makeup swap, and there are a couple shades in here that I do like I think this color is pretty and like these are kind of pretty, but I just never reach for this, and I just don't feel compelled to want to pan it. And I feel like at this point, if I don't want to pan a palette, then I probably shouldn't keep it in my collection, or if I wouldn't want to ever actually try to pan it. So I'm just going to go ahead and pitch this. I'm also saying goodbye to the e.l.f. Pressed Mineral Shadow in Rocking Out. I just don't ever wear deep purple shades like this on my lid, and I don't really like them in my crease, so there's no need for me to keep this kind of shadow then. I have the Laura Geller Baked Blush and Brighten in Pink Grapefruit. I just feel like this color is way too dark for my skin tone. I don't like the like shimmery sheen of it, so it's being pitched. I am getting rid of the Sephora Smart Liner. It's just not very opaque anymore, so I don't know if I've used it all up or it just kind of has dried out on me, but I don't necessarily feel the need to keep working with it. I have the Ruffian Nail Lacquer in Love to Love. I want to love this color, I really do, but I have it on my toenails right now, and I just don't like the look of it. And if I don't like something on my toenails, I'm definitely not gonna wanna wear it on my fingernails, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of this. I'm getting rid of the BH Cosmetics Lilac Blush Duo. I love the idea of this, to have a blush with a matching highlighter. Just super nice idea. But I don't love the color of this on my cheeks, and I don't want to keep something if I'm only going to like the highlighter, and I have a ton of other highlighters, so this I don't feel is worth keeping in my collection. I have this Real Techniques 102 brush. I saw it for like a couple of dollars at TJ Maxx. Thought I would give it a try. This is awful. It is like spiky and hard, and the way it is angled, I don't know how you can actually blend out your under eye concealer. So this is atrocious. Wouldn't recommend it, and definitely getting rid of it. The last part of my collection that I decluttered was once again my potted and stick eyeshadows. I was having a real moment after using up my Mica Beauty one in my Project Pan for 2018, where I was trying to get myself to use other cream or potted shadows or stick shadows, and I was just saying to myself, I'm not using these, I'm not liking these, some of these are probably just dried out and aren't working. So I took a hard look at it, and I literally cleared out another half of what I had remaining in my collection, and now I am truly down to the ones that I will definitely want to use up. So the first two that I'm getting rid of, are ones that are just honestly dried out. And the first one is the Benefit Always a Bridesmaid. This, I should have known, I thought I could still use it, but it just doesn't produce any color really when you go to touch it. And I know that there's an ability to perhaps revive these, but I just don't feel compelled to do that. The same thing with the Color Tattoo in Barely Branded. The reality is I just am not doing enough gold looks to be able to use this, and when I was layering this underneath other shadows that weren't gold, you were having gold come through anyways, and it was really transforming the color on my lid in a way that I didn't like. And since it's already pretty dried out, it's just time to let it go. Then I have two e.l.f. smudge pots. I have the one in Gotta Glow and Ain't That Sweet. These I just feel don't lay down enough of an opaque color, and I have used this quite a bit. And again, I don't wear enough gold looks to want to keep plugging away at this anymore. And with this one, I just wasn't getting enough of a color to make it worth having it as part of my routine, so those are all going. And then I sat down and looked at my sticks that I have left, because I did do a real push last year on using up stick shadows, and the ones that I have left are just colors that I'm never gonna wear because I don't ever use those as lid colors. So the first one I'm getting rid of is the LOC and Tati collaboration in Smokescreen. I don't wear silver colors. Then there is the Trestique Aspen Pine, which is a green color. I wanted to like this, but I typically wear softer green colors on my lid. There's the Laura Geller Au Naturel. This is too deep for me that I don't like it. I have the Avon B701, which is Antique Lilac. This one just isn't like a good, you probably can't even really see it, just not a great lilac color personally for me. And then I have 3 Tarte ones. I have the Tarte Smoky Topaz, which I never wear on my lid. I have Copper, and then I have Sugar Plum. So those are all going. Personally, I feel a lot better about that round of declutter. I know it's a lot of makeup that I feel like I'm decluttering a lot this year, but I'm really being very critical of my makeup and getting rid of products that I just don't feel like work that well for me anymore. But that is it for me in this trash talk. Of course, I would love to hear from you guys if you've used up any products or have gotten rid of anything lately. Let me know in the comments below. I'll talk to you in my next video real soon. Bye.